Everybody right now has dreams, don't they, guys? All right, everybody in the NFL, I have a dream of making it in the NFL. I got a dream of winning a Super Bowl. I got a dream of being in a Pro Bowl. I'm really not into dreams anymore, okay? I'm into nightmares.
Going up top, Josh Jacobs. The Carwood time. Launches for Aguilar. Behind the knee for the touchdown. Carr hears it out. Separation. Pulled in. Henry runs. The speed. Touchdown. What a catch by Retro.
You can beat anybody, anywhere, on any time zone.
Just win, baby.
Good evening, Raider Nation. It is episode 28. Wow, I missed that intro. Missed you guys. Let us know you're in the comments. Awesome to be back. It's been a little bit of a hiatus, but we thought we would give you a little a special show this evening. So, without further ado, let's bring in the rest of the squad, if they're still here. Evening, mate.
Ooh, all right. How we doing?
Yeah, real good, real good. Saw you grooving away.
Yeah, love the intro. Love the intro.
It's good. It's good. It gives me that good vibe.
Yeah.
Right. There's a bearded one hanging around.
I think I saw him somewhere on a street corner. There he is.
There he is.
How we
Oh,
doing?
Minnie Murphy himself.
We're back. We are back. How has it been, boys? It's been a while.
It's been a while. It's been a minute. You know this.
Yeah, it's been a
Minute.
hot minute. I'm minuten. Clive's in. Jim's in. I'm stealing Tony's job here. Everyone's in.
Tony.
I'm just too excited.
Wow.
I'm just too excited to say hello to
Oh, he's
everyone.
gone. He's gone. Minnie
just-
Murph, what have you done?
I'm just too excited to speak to everyone.
It's so good. It's so
I'm
good.
just too excited to see everyone. I'm sorry.
Fair enough. Like a little puppy.
I am. What's that thing they say? Find out who loves you more between your puppy and your wife. Lock them both in the boot of your car for a weekend and see who's more happy to see you when you open it again. And that was me.
I've never heard that.
Have you
No,
not?
I've never heard it, mate.
Right, you've got
No,
to
that must be in the serial killers group.
lock Moxie and Julian
Moxie-
in the boot of your car
Moxie's-
for a week and see who's more happy to see you. when you
Moxie's
open it.
wading in on it already. Shut up.
I mean, Moxie sounds to love the idea of it.
Well, guys, you're in the comments. Let us know you're here. Give us a howdy doody. Give us a go Raiders. This evening, no Raider football.
Not yet.
But it's all right. We've got some good stuff to go through tonight. We've got some Hall of Fame info. We got kind of some transaction info, but more like rumors and trade talks and stuff. With Moxie's gonna make an appearance probably.
Been waiting for it. Been waiting for it.
We are gonna run down the 30 for 30, Al Davis versus the NFL ESPN segment. If you've seen it, it'd be good to chat about that one. If you haven't, spoiler alerts later on.
Because I haven't either.
Other than that, is there anything else you want to chat about? Raider Nation, let us know in the comments if there's anything you want to talk about. Tony.
Yeah.
Well, Jed, sorry, I'm not Tony, but Jed has asked if we can wait for Kenny.
Oh,
It's like I don't even exist.
I mean, no, it is. It isn't. It is.
let's get rid of him. Fuck him. Tony, who's in the comments?
Who's in the comments? Moxie is constantly commenting. Shut up. Please. Right. Clive's in. Welcome, Clive. Not. Shut up. Jim Watson's in. Mark Blubber's in. Jed Harris is in. Yeah, no Kenny Blair first in yet. So it's a good job this ain't going out live, isn't it, dog? So yeah, everyone that's commented. We've got 11 people in, but only 3-4 people have commented. So get your comments in, chaps. It's been a while. Come to just pop in and say hello.
Chaps and chapettes.
We've missed you, so get get in and say hello.
Right. Yeah, and no, that's no Kenny Blair.
Sorry, Jed. Sorry.
No Kenny Blair. That is a shame.
I'm quite
And where is my golden commenter? No,
Well-
yes, he was not to be. All right, let's
go
cut to it. Let's get rolling.
Snuck in at the last minute.
Look at this. Look at this.
Look at that.
Back on Celebrity
Surrounded by
Squares.
all-
Oh, never been surrounded so many good people in all my life.
Look at
Well-
that. Coach Flores, not too happy with you, Ollie. Charles Woodson, look at that. Yes. He knows. He knows.
He knows this guy. Look at this guy.
Yeah, I know, Charles. I know. No, wrong way. That way. That's Mitch. That's Charles.
That's me. I wish I was an inch of what Charles Woodson is.
Wow.
That is probably of all the metrics I could have used, that was probably the worst one to use.
We've heard the rumours.
I could have gone with yard, meter, ounce,
Yeah.
furlong, but no, went with inch, and it sounded terrible.
So, if you've been living under a rock, and you hadn't heard, there's some great news that broke this morning. Finally, the NFL have sorted this shit out, and what's the word? They haven't been inducted yet. They're beyond finalists. What's the word that I'm looking for here?
Inductees,
What is-
aren't they now? Are they just inductees now until they're inducted?
I'm not sure, but they will be going to the Hall of Fame.
They
will
are
be going-
accepted.
There we go.
They are in mitigation. That's not the right word, is it?
No, that's not. Coach Tom Flores.
Yeah, definitely.
Well-
About fucking time, NFL.
Well overdue. Well overdue. And frankly, if you ask me, Seaward, way too long for him as well. Congratulations.
Don't you have to wait 5 years from playing to be in?
This is the first year he could have been eligible to go in.
Thought so.
But, I mean...
Yes! And then I thought I was good for something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, no.
That
Fun fact. I was actually planning to go to Canton this year because I was 100% sure that Charles Woodson be a first ballot.
Yeah.
The reason I'm not out there is COVID,
The C word.
among other things. Yes. Yeah.
Well, okay. Maybe it's not long overdue, but possibly I would have inducted him whilst he was still active. If I'm honest, the guy's a freaking legend. Great.
Yeah,
ball.
absolutely.
Does that sound about DC?
I didn't bring DC into this.
Should we get him in now?
No.
And
Just trying to just say the fire under Ollie to start the show.
Daniel Carlson.
Yeah.
And also, actually, Mark's made a point there. Apologies. There is someone around the nation that is worthy of a nod as well, but we ran out of celebrity squares for him this evening. Wayne Mabry, also known as the Violator. I don't think you can see any Raider footage, or in fact NFL fan footage, without seeing the Violator out there, has been inducted. He has been inducted, I understand, into the Ford Hall of Fans.
Oh, that's what it's called. Yeah, something like that.
What? I think
think
Moxie
Tony's
might be on a
muted.
bar.
Tony's muted himself because Moxie's on a mad one. Anne Marie, welcome. Stevie has had a 3-day ban, but sending love to everyone.
Well, he can join us on the YouTubes,
He can.
and he can still get back in the comments.
He can. I feel like Tony should go black and white and do like a 16th century silent film where it just cuts to some scrolled text of what he's actually saying and then over dramatic reactions.
If you haven't seen them, I have stolen the moment that Seaward was told that he was going in. Don't know if anyone has seen it or if wants to see it, but Probably going to get some copyright hits on this, but you know what? It's worth it.
A lot of great memories. You know, just winning the game. And
his nose, like right there. He's like,
Charles. Sorry to interrupt your interview, but I was trying to knock on the front door and nobody was answering.
But I love this. I love
here
this.
to deliver some great news.
He doesn't care.
I know.
And this what
He
y'all
just
okay.
returns to his family and says, we're in.
So now I'm starting to think y'all was in on it.
yes, sir.
Charles, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Canton. Congratulations.
We in the hall, man. We in the hall, man. I just unbelievable.
Now, we spoke about it before. How do I get this back? There we go. We spoke about it before, like what warrants a person going into the Hall of Fame, like the whole Phyllis Rivers discussion. Sorry, I'll wash my mouth out afterwards. But Seawood is the epitome of a player that should go in. From a leadership standpoint, from a performance standpoint, from a teammate to accomplishments. He is a living legend. Blessed that he was a Raider. He spent some time in Green Bay and then he came back, and he's a legend. Absolute legend.
And it summed up as well within that video, and that leadership quality that he had on the field as well as off the field. You can tell that he's like that with his family, that he leads his family and he's a role model and a father. He said it at the end of that, we are in the hall. It wasn't, I've got there. It was we, like him and his family. We did it because, as I'm assured that he would think his family have obviously helped him through that whole thing and supported him. What a guy, man. He's my favorite Raider ever.
Yeah.
I've not got as many miles on the clock as a few fans that we've got. Little young one. He was playing when I started watching, and I was like, this is the man. This is the man. Tony's going to say something.
Go on,
or Mox
Tony.
is going to say
We don't
something.
mind about Mox.
It's all gone quiet. Have I gone deaf? Have I gone deaf? It's all gone quiet. What is there to be said that it's not already been said, to be honest? Absolute legend. 100%. And never I say never a me first guy. Certainly towards the end of his career, absolutely not a me first guy. And yeah, it was just an incredible career. And if he hadn't have gone in this year, it would have been an absolute travesty.
Yeah.
So
agreed.
Great to see Seawood in. And
Steve.
Coach Flores as well.
Mm-hmm.
As we said, it's long overdue.
Well, I've got Flores's little. No one's knocked on his door, I don't believe yet. But I have got Flores's.
You mean he doesn't do the postcode lottery?
I think
He'd have 3 entrants by the size of his house. I've
got his short message to the nation after being told he was getting the knock. Right.
This time than I have in the past. So when it did happen, it was still a shock. It was still a great warm feeling, and it's happened. I mean, think about it. This has really happened. I mean, I'm getting tears in my eyes again. I'm sorry.
So long overdue. But you know what? At least he is seeing. I think he knows it's overdue. If I'm honest, as all of the accomplishments that he has had, both as a player and the various coaching roles that he's had, and the success that he's had with the Raiders alone, and being the first Latino head coach, first Latino to win a Super Bowl. I think he knows it was overdue, and he's been very respectful about the fact that at least he's got it. You know, finally they have righted the wrongs. Fantastic to see. You know, Tom Flores, absolute legend. You know, I know a number of the SBUK members have met Tom at the Bolitnikov crab feeds. He is an awesome guy. Really, really quite an awesome guy to meet and to chat with. So congratulations, Coach Tom Flores.
Indeed.
Awesome stuff, man. I love Stevie's comments. Stevie's managed to join us. He says you can never keep a Raider down.
So what we got? What's the reaction out there, Tony?
What do we got? Would you expect any less? Jim Watson, legend. As in these two, I guess. Jim Watson is a legend as well. Mark Bloodworth, phenom. Ed Vila, year after year, Tom Flores endorsed a blood drive here in Fresno. Yeah. Steve McLeod's in 2 class acts. Look at that. Coach Tom, a real class act. Sean Quinn has started and given the content and ended the show for us with congrats to Coach Flores and Mr. Woodson. Fuck the Chiefs. Nothing else to see here. Carry on.
There you go. Is there something going on tonight? I'm going to bed.
Yeah, I'm going to go to bed. I've got some chicken wings marinated in the fridge. They're going to go in
there for breakfast.
After the show, going to have some of them tonight. Some will be cold. Might have them tomorrow.
Like
salad.
Midnight snacks or something? Midnight snacks?
No, just dinner at like 9 maybe, and then bed by 10 because I'm 20 years older than I should be.
I can't have dinner at 9 at my age. I tell you. Terrible indigestion.
It's not really dinner because I've said before the show start, I've had a good 8.5 hour Grand Theft Auto 5 gaming session today, and I've eaten so much shit throughout the whole day. I've got cookies just next to me, so I don't really need dinner.
So, you know, it's going to be one of those shows that's kind of going to dwindle along a strange path this evening. You know, I felt it was worthwhile that we came on, said our piece about the 2 Raiders going into the Hall of Fame this evening. Well, not this evening, later on in the year. But, you know, it's probably worthwhile whilst we're here to talk a little bit of Raider gossip and banter and chats. So in massive headline news, quarterback Nathan Peterman re-signed for a 1-year deal.
Who'd have thought that a Peterman jersey would have been the safest bet, like coming out at the end of the season? Because I'm pretty sure he's the first person re-signed, isn't he?
I think so. I think
he is.
I think, you know, Chucky's got a man crush on him, and that's
yeah.
He loved him when he came out of college. Other than
I think Chucky's also like, we all saw the travesty that Peterman had. Bills? Who was he playing with when he had them terrible game? I can't remember.
Peterman. Yeah, it was the Bills, I think.
It was the Bills, wasn't it? And I feel like Chucky looks at that and goes, I'm going to make a good football player out of him. And like, he just sees a really bad player and wants to prove the world wrong. That was a terrible accent. I'm no Frank, but you know what I mean? I feel like he looks at a really bad player and decides that he wants to reinvent the wheel and make him the next best thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too deep into it. Hello, Ivan in the chat. Welcome. Sean's covered me. It was the Bills.
Quick glance. I thought they said Bulls. I thought Sean was just like Bulls.
Birmingham Bulls. Never saw
it. Brittle reference.
Ooh.
Before we talk about the off season, there was a little bit of regular season rumors, gossip, shenanigans, tomfoolery.
Tomfoolery is a great word.
That was leaked. I believe it was good old Vic. Actually, I never know how to pronounce his last name. I just want to call him Vic Tofu. Yeah, Tofu. Vic Tofu, I believe he was the first one to break this, said that Nelly, at the end of the Miami game, lost his shit in the locker room and said, "You all gave up. You suck. yada, yada, yada. Facts are facts, guys. Like, if he did say it, he did say it. And would he be wrong?
No.
Yeah.
But just because it's right doesn't mean you should say it. I think we all know that far too well.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Jed says it there. He's kind of got my back, which is, if Nelly didn't sound off, I hope he did. I hope someone did. But actually, the little bit that took a fair few days to come out was good old Mr. Max Crosby, who has a new merchandising line, which looks pretty sick, to be fair. Just trying to get those royalties in.
We want him giving that.
Max came out and said he didn't say it like that, but he did say that. He said it from a position of leadership and said, "You sucked." And that's what we bought him in for. He was a veteran. He was a pass catcher. And he did that all for a pittance of what we lent on him for. He was paid $1 million.
Yeah.
That's what he got out of the season. That was it. Don't get me wrong. Like, for 16 weeks worth of work, I'd like $1 million. But but it's a lot more than 16 weeks that he puts in. I'm not underplaying that.
He probably done more exercise in them 16 weeks than I will ever do in my entire existence. I'm gonna go, and probably covered more ground.
Like, they came out like, yeah, Nelly's lost his shit. He's not coming back. He's done with the Raiders. I'm like, no. When you write it down on a piece of paper, he said you suck. Yeah, that you can read that whatever way you want.
Because there are 31 teams and reporters out there that want that will report that in a complete opposite way.
Yeah.
I know that Vic is a Raiders journalist, but all you've got to do is read it a different way, and it looks terrible. So I know there was a few others that came out. I feel like did Rico Gafford come out and say that wasn't true? I genuinely think that was one of them. Someone else did as well.
Oh.
There
was another signing. There was another signing.
I saw another signing. Same position.
Yeah.
After 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Keenan Doss.
Yep. Another friend of Silver and Black UK, Keelan Doss, is coming back. So great. And another 6th string receiver that we've signed back. But Tony?
Yeah, no, I mean, talking about the whole Nelly thing, someone, Stevie and Jim Watson, basically, yeah, you need leaders in the locker room, and I understand from what Max said, it came from very much a case of we, and I think Nelly he's been misreported potentially, because I think in that sort of situation, myself in a locker room after playing a few shit games, they do happen to some of us occasionally, Ollie. Some of us have been in shit games. Not obviously you, but some of us.
Don't know what you're talking about.
And you need to stand up and go, you know what, that wasn't good enough. And I think come like mid-season, we were all really high on it, and it was like, oh yeah, this is going to be a great run out and whatever. And it just at the end of the season, so someone had to stand up and go,
that wasn't good enough. Yeah,
we didn't deliver.
Yeah,
no. We came out. I was chatting to my head coach at Sussex Thunder, who is a diehard Bucks fan, and actually was a coach at the Bucks as well when Chucky was there. I said Chucky's his favorite coach ever, so he's got loads of kind of photos with Chucky and stuff, which is kind of cool. But I was chatting to him, and it kind of was like that Bucks game was where they started to get hot, and we started seeing holes. And it was kind of like if you drew it on a graph, like we were just aiming for this massive trajectory. Got to that game, shit the bed.
Yeah.
But that's kind of for season recap episode. But I think I'll be honest, we sucked. And Nelly's in his rights to say it, mate.
This is the thing. People will like to whisper that part of it though. They'll go after the Dolphins game. Nelly said that the whole team sucked. But take it in context. After the Dolphins game, that was the game where it's like, if we win this game, our percentage of hitting the playoffs go like it's either 80% or it's 8%. I think it was something like that. You know, it's a team that were not in the playoffs. I think we were ahead or tied with them, and that game would have just, and you lose that game, and all of a sudden we're relying on other results. I'm positive that was the case. I'm not going to bet my life on it, but it was that point of the season. It was week 14, 15, 16. That's why tensions were so high, and that's why it needed to be said. It's as simple as that. So,
and you know,
Tony's doing what the rest of the team did. Like, nope.
Yeah.
See ya.
He's gone.
Moxie's robbed all the biscuits.
Oh, he's back.
He's back with the biscuits.
Business time.
Town business.
I should have had another baby.
Giving Moxie the business.
What are you doing there? What are you doing there?
Mike is muted.
Mike is I just noticed my Google had woken up. I was like, oh, I better mute that subtly. Oh, no, that's not subtle. So
hold on. No, sorry.
What?
Have you coded something into your Internet of Things that Google responds when you go giving it the business? is that why we had to mute?
Google's like playing the giving it the business playlist from
when I say giving it the business, mute everything. Need peace and quiet for this moment.
Lights dim, Al Green comes on.
I don't know how to move on from that one, but we must
swiftly.
So, I don't want to draw over it. What I'd like to see the Raiders do is
not be shit. That's not the problem.
Well, yeah.
Just don't be shit, and no one says you're shit.
I think the Raiders need to respond.
Coach, I should.
I think the Raiders need to respond to that leak. And they respond to that by signing his ass.
I was about to say this, that he not shot himself in the foot. This news coming out at this point might have been a bit of a detriment to him, purely on the basis that even if no, hear me out. If we wanted if a lot of people take a lot of negative heat from this, and then the Raiders were to sign him to a big contract like the week after this news drops, the message that sends is like the organization agrees with what Nelly says.
The organization does, because
whilst that's fine, the morale of the other 70 odd players from practice squad and whatnot, do you know how bad it looks to them? So in a way, that coming out now I think it's strategic journalism from some people blowing it up, because being like, oh, if we make a big story out of Nelly, he might want to move. I don't know. It's a weird one.
So I'm going to have to dig out this giving it the business now, because apparently this reference is completely lost on so many people.
I thought we'd moved on from giving it the business.
No, I'm going to have to explain it, because I'm seeing some comments out there saying that we need to rename the show to Giving Him the Business. So I'm going to have to dig out Giving It the Business and show you all.
Stevie's got a great point, though. Giving It the Business is a good name for the show.
It's not bad.
The longest I've ever given business.
Yeah, I must admit. I've normally given business about 3 times in the case of this segment. So,
what's the plural of business?
Biznai.
Biznai.
You just turned into a honeybee.
No, but I think it is some strategic journalism. But Mr. Mayock has come out and said, I was disappointed in our rookies.
Yeah.
Tony has said, I'm disappointed with this. I'm fucking out. I believe Coach Gruden has made some comments. Well, I know namely about Ruggs' performance.
Yeah.
Ruggs has now responded to those comments and said, I'm not fucking happy with my performance. Arnett.
That is, considering we slated Ruggs for his media presence on pressers, that is such a good response. That is the best response he could have given. Chucky comes out and says, Ruggs didn't play well enough. And he comes out and goes, no, you're right. You're damn right I didn't. That is the best response he could have given. Own it and say, I'm going to do better.
Yeah.
Because he can. We know he can. Give him the ball.
But not the business.
but not the business. Just
Right,
give him the ball.
that's it.
He'll do the business if you give him the
I've
ball.
got business ready for you, so you can deal with the business and get the business because it's business time. And here comes the business. This is what I'm talking about when he's giving him the business.
It's giving him the business.
You know what I'm talking about. You're just playing. You're just trying to wind me up.
I know what you're talking about.
Zero idea.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about the duster, aren't you?
Drives said holding call. It's in the back.
Personal foul, 69, offense. He was giving them the business. We played it down.
No mistake, it was not a holding call. It was a personal foul, but at any rate, he was giving him the business.
What? Are we going to see footage of the business? Because I'd like to know what constitutes as giving it the business. That if you'd have shown me that and not told me, I'd have said that's a Key and Peele sketch, and that's not a real football game.
No, he's giving it the business.
Best penalty call ever.
Yeah.
That's arguable.
No. Oh, go on.
I mean, it's not. That was very good. That is the best one. But I'm always a fan of false start, everybody but the centre. That is always classic.
No, giving him the business is one of the best referee calls I've ever heard. Anyways, so moving swiftly on.
Give us some more rumours.
That's not particularly swiftly, is it? That's just
No, it's not. I keep on looking at the giving it the business, and it's just making my brain go back.
Moving swiftly on. Buffering.
In terms of rumors and chatter, so we've got Doss back, we've got Peterman back. Fuck it, rip Band-Aid off. Let's talk about DC4. Let's do it.
And right. Coming.
So we've got so many armchair GMs. I absolutely love them. Bag of dicks. Apparently, we're going to trade away like the next 11 years of every single pick. And Waller and DC, fuck it, we're throwing Renfro in for free just to get
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson, who came.
Oh my god. Sorry.
Oh my God.
That will teach me for having a bit of a windy chest. Deshaun Watson, who, according to ESPN, had a quarterback rating this season as 12th best quarterback in the league. Derek Carr came on that list as well. Number 11 on that list. Very close, Tony.
I thought it was 10th.
11, according to what I can see.
Okay, fair
behind top to bottom. No, bottom to top. Mayfield, Brady, Wilson, Jackson, Breeze, Fitzpatrick, Tannehill, Allen, Mahomes, Rodgers. Not bad company. Let's be brutally honest.
I genuinely don't get it. I can't believe people are still laying this at DC's door.
Look, this guy. Look, it took me a while to say it, and I'll happily say it again. DC's my QB. You know, what kind of crazy motherfucker have you got to be to say what just happened in this season was DC's fault? Like, and
right.
Run him out of town, plus hand over a boatload of picks for a guy who, frankly, has achieved jack shit.
Can we just put up Stevie's comment, please?
Stevie.
Sorry, it's not even that funny, but Stevie's just said, where's it gone? Mouth sick just thinking about it, Mitch. Which is true. It makes me mouth sick.
I just can't.
This is the thing as well, right? Not only, okay, right. Like to go around the room on this. Do we think overall, ignoring money, age, everything, if you could have either DC or Watson on your team, who would you have?
DC.
Really?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that. I think there's an argument to be had that Watson's a better quarterback, and I think every other team in the league, apart from the Texans, obviously,
maybe what he's achieving on the field. Sorry to cut you off, but maybe what he's achieving on the field, but he's clearly doing jack shit behind the scenes because everyone wants to fucking leave that watering hole.
Exactly. So this is my point. There's an argument to be had that he's a better quarterback. He does trump DC for every quarterback stat pretty much, apart from ESPN's quarterback rating, which is, we all know these quarterback ratings are just bizarre. But so my point for this is moving on. Even if you were going to trade DC for Watson, yes, they might want a third rounder as well. And okay, you might see that as valid. But Darren Waller, who's been mentioned, he ranks number 10 in yards receiving for the whole season, and that's including receivers. There's only one tight end who's got more receiving yards than him, and that's Travis Kelce. And as much as I hate the Chiefs, he is easily one of the best tight ends to ever play the game of football. Like, and he's in that company. Like, I can't get over how both of them are still not worth Watson's value, that you still need 2 first rounders. Waller's a multiple first round pick on his own, in my opinion.
My only concern, and I think we chatted about this in one of our afternoon chinwags, is the only potential possibility that I could see us getting into the Watson market is to stop him going to Denver. But frankly, you know what? Like, don't get me wrong. The best case scenario is like the Jets sign him and he's fucked and he's just ruined for life. But if he does go to Denver, there's 3 legit QBs we've got to play 6 times a year. Okay, that's a problem. Denver's enough of a fucking dumpster fire to ruin any skill set that guy's got. Like, I'm not that worried. There's not that much difference. Like, looking on fantasypros.com right now is, yeah, he does beat him in every stat. He beats DC in every stat apart from sacks. But, you know, as a guy that
our line is elite.
But to be honest, his stats aren't wildly better.
They're not.
Oh, I'm not sure you could say our O-line's elite.
When it's a healthy, it is.
Well, we're looking at no Richie next year and potentially no Trent Brown. So,
we were talking like there's a rumor, but we were talking like if we're comparing last season. Yeah, that's why. Yeah,
yeah.
You know, and also we've got a legit run game.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So that is why DC's stats, like his passing yards and attempts and blah blah blah, are going to look slightly lower because
we run first.
We run 2 out of the 3 downs that were out there.
We're a run first team twice.
run, pass.
I've never been a fan of this new style of quarterback mold, though, and this is a lot of why I say DC, because DC is a proper traditional passer, proper traditional quarterback. Yeah. I don't like running quarterbacks.
I nailed it.
Yeah, running QBs don't last, and that is why I think it was you, might be you, Tony, I was chatting to. No, it wasn't. Like, I say that we potentially could have 3 great quarterbacks to face in the AFC West, but like, I can put something down. I guarantee you, Patty Mahomes is not going to play his 10 years out in Kansas City.
We
guarantee it. I put money down.
Yeah, we discussed this on the show, so you technically discussed it with both of us. Well, all of us,
everyone in
as a collective.
I'm old and losing my memory, so I forgot that conversation.
But that's one thing. I was
young spring chicken.
Give it 20 years, because obviously this running quarterback option play mold has probably only really came around since 2016 Cam Newton in the Panthers, to the nth degree that it is now. I guarantee that by like 2030, you look at a graph of the average, like you said, career of a quarterback, it's going to start dropping when you start looking at these running quarterbacks, like 100%. So, and when they start seeing that trend, everyone will back out of it then and then go back to the Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady style pocket. Actually, no, Aaron Rodgers is rapid, considering his how old he is.
He is rapid, but he knows when to sit in the pocket and he knows when to extend a play, and that's the difference. Yeah. You know, there is a difference between
being able to run and running all the time.
Quarterback, a mobile quarterback, and a pocket quarterback. Like, to be fair, I believe Patty is a mobile quarterback, and that's just a guy that can extend a play, like where you put Aaron Rodgers, but he's probably a bit more mobile.
Yeah,
your rushing quarterback is your Vic, your Lamar Jackson. Vic's probably the guy that made it popular to run around like a headless chicken.
Yeah. Cam Newton, obviously,
making a really bad joke.
See Madden 2004 online for details.
Some hidden bitterness there, Tony. To this day, people still use the Michael Vick Legend card for Madden Ultimate Team online. That's what everyone runs. That's it. So useless knowledge.
I'm with you. Like, I like DC because he is a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He is your pocket quarterback. He's in there to serve the team. Now, you could argue like a guy trying to extend the play is great, but then the play broke down. Something fucked up. Someone fucked up.
Yeah.
So you're masking something else. Whereas a pocket quarterback, like he is literally saying, I'm not going to leave this pocket. Hope my head coach is watching. Like I'm making a bid for my starting position this year. I'm not going to leave this pocket until I do something, until someone comes open, and I will do my best to get him the football. Until which point, or I get hit.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about DC. That's what I like about your pocket passers. It's true football. None of this fucking running around fancy shit.
No, this is it. If you want to be a running back, be a running back. You want to be a quarterback, be a quarterback. Not hybrid. It's crap. I hate it. Always have done. I even hated running option plays when I was playing because it just didn't seem right. It just
There is a time and a place for a QB sneak though. That's different stuff.
Oh gotcha. Oh yeah. Well
yeah, all those even like DC.
Sorry, mate. Yeah, no, sorry.
DC on his option plays this year were really effective. Whether that obviously that's because people didn't expect it, but that was fun to see. DC running some options, but like you said, that's not your go-to offense. That's not what you've got to rely on.
You're paying this guy 36 million a year or whatever it is we're paying him. You're paying this person of your quarterback tens of millions a year. Why risk it for a little couple of yards?
Yeah, that's it. 100%.
It's not worth it. You stack up your O-line around it, and that's I'm with you, Tony.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yeah.
So the jury's out on this one.
On what? On getting Watson?
You're literally the only person that said we want Watson. So I
didn't say I want him.
So no jury out here.
No.
Look, I count me, Tony. Woodson's got his hand in the air. Flores is looking at you. What have you got to say? Even Flores is going.
Probably
what about Willis?
Probably very bad choice of words. But
I'm pretty sure we led this off with who would you rather have, DC or Watson? And everyone's gone DC apart from you.
So okay, probably a very bad choice of words then. But my point is that the general consensus is from Raider fans that, well, here at least, that DC's the man, which makes me really confused as to why there's so much smoke around us trading for Watson.
It's popular to hate on DC. Like, what has he done for us? What has he done for us? Taking us to one playoff game.
And didn't even play in it, lazy bastard. No, but it's like,
what was he doing, lying around with his leg in the air?
Do you know what I mean? I think I don't have that much of an issue with that. The issue I have with DC and always have done is that we gave him a massive contract based on zero post.
I still think we paid too much, and I think that's why people are looking to shoot him. But it's what are you going to do? You're going to go and gamble on someone in the draft, or you're going to go?
We've already proved we can't draft.
Yeah, we can't. We can't bring on a young, and that's not Chucky's MO either, to bring on a young QB. He wants at least some form of an NFL bill of work, which he somehow sees in Peterman. I don't know fucking where. He must be watching some real different film. I believe Mariota's put some film out there. But I believe Mariota should be thinking about his job. I think he's trade material.
Yeah.
Us signing Peterman is a little bit of a message. Like Mariota, I know. Look, Mariota's got another year with us.
I can't remember, to be honest.
I think he was a 2-year deal. I think he's trade material personally.
Yeah,
I'd like to keep him, but fuck, he's an expensive backup.
He is.
He's an expensive backup, and he done well in the times that he came in last year. So,
exactly. If you look around the football and you were to just put player A, player B, player 3, 4, 5 on a team, and you put our roster out there, I would look at this. Is again not. I don't want to get rid of DC at all. I bought his jersey the week, for God's sake. But if you look at it, it's like, are you in a win now position? No. Are we close to a Super Bowl? No, by no stretch. Are we in rebuild? No, not really in rebuild either. And you think that you're on that precipice that if you're any more in rebuild than what you are, then that's when you go with Mariota. But because we're not in rebuild, you keep Carr because he's the franchise quarterback. Do you know what I mean? We're in that middle ground. 8-8 is that solid thing. Do you know what I mean?
I disagree.
I completely disagree.
I think
Really?
if we had a mid-table, a mid-conference defense, I think we'd be pushing for a Super Bowl.
But that's an if. I'm not. My point is,
Well,
it's not the if. It's like
now's your time to get it.
2016 was win now. 2017 Jags was win now. It was like you got to the championship game and you just couldn't get over the finish line. We're not even getting to the play. We haven't won a playoff game for 2 decades nearly.
Next year, no. And I hate to be one of those fans that says, "Oh, next year's our year," but next year we're loaded. Like not from a salary cap position, we're fucked. But next year we've got some good returning talent. We've got a good offense, barring a few little holes in the line. Don't forget, we're going to ship that dickhead Trent Brown out of town and get a boatload of money back from him. And then be able to, but they are talking about reducing salary cap, which is going to create even more squeeze on us. And we're going to have a whole remodeled defense. I think next year. Watch this space. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh, I am 100% in your boat. Yeah, if we have a decent defense and it clicks and we do that, 100%, we are in a position to do that. But until we prove that, we're just not.
I think we flashed the talent we had this year in a few games. Chiefs being one of them. You know, we were 30 seconds away from sweeping one of these.
We manhandled them for 7 quarters.
The talent's there. It just wasn't being used properly. And PG's gone now. We have a new signing, which we haven't discussed yet, but Gus Bradley and his assistants from San Diego and previously Seattle. I don't know. I'd like to think that we do have a roster out there that can certainly get us a better record than what we had this year, get us into the postseason. I think we're only a few pieces away from actually being a dangerous team.
We're a few pieces away from being in that win now category. That's what I'm trying to say. Because until we do it, we're not there. Like, I don't. Anyone would call you ludicrous if you hadn't been to the playoffs hadn't won a playoff game in 2 years, and you were saying that you were in a Super Bowl window. It's just not. We're just not in a Super Bowl window right now.
You don't build a dynasty overnight, and I think that is why Chucky was signed to a 10-year deal. Not because we want 10 years of dynasty. We want some normality. Yeah. It's been a fucking revolving door in Oakland for many years of quarterback, coach, receivers, in and out, test the waters. No, this has got to stop. We need normality. Our QB is going to stay. Our head coach is going to stay. Our GM is going to stay. Our owner, I hope he doesn't stay. I think we're just going to start now seeing a bit more normality, more normal movements from a football organization. No more knee-jerk reactions in the draft or anywhere else. And that's why I believe Nelly came in on a prove-it contract. He proved it. Sign him. That's what a normal football team does.
Yeah.
He may be asking 11 mil, which I think is a little high. But I think that.
But this is the thing: you got to go and find a receiver, not only who is good enough, but is out there now and available, who would come to us for 11 million, and he's guaranteed to be better than Nello. Because this is the same argument you have with DC. Everyone last season who said get rid of DC, it's like, okay, go and find us a quarterback who's on the market now, who's better than DC, who's going to come to us.
Yeah,
like, there's not. It's same with receiver. 11 million. I'm with you. Give it him. Absolutely give it him.
Yeah.
So circling back to this rumor, Watson, no, never going to happen, mate.
Let's squash that one right now.
No, it ain't going to happen. DC's our QB. If any QB is leaving the Las Vegas team, the Raiders is, I don't know why I called them the Las Vegas team. That's really weird. It is
Pally with fucking Tagliatelle.
is going to be Mariota. He's going to be a draft pick, if at all.
Yeah. Jim said surely we're in defensive rebuild, and we are, but the thing I was saying is that when teams are in rebuild, there comes a point where trading away your good players for draft picks is what you need to do, and I think we're on the precipice of that. I think our offense is sound, so we don't want to trade anyone, but our defense does need to rebuild hard. But this brings me on to our next point. Very, very good. Sorry?
It happens every year. Colin says it here. Every time there's a big name, Raiders are somewhere on that list.
Yeah.
Every time.
Not necessarily in defensive rebuild as such, are we? We're a defensive
With our defense is terrible.
No way. Look,
the personnel's good, but the defense itself is terrible.
There you go. The personnel's good, so we're going to rescheme. We're not going to rebuild. Why would you get why would you get rid of decent personnel when you you see what I'm saying? So I don't necessarily see it as a defensive rebuild. I mean, you look at our front seven, which is pretty good. Secondary,
and let's address that point as well. Max Crosby, we knew he'd fucked his hand up in whatever it was, week 3, 4, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Oh, it might have even been game 1. But turns out that he had rebroken it in the season as well, and he torn over 50% in his rotator cuff as well. So he's just had all of that surgery done. Like, I don't quite understand why he just had it done. Like a week ago, I would have had that like Monday morning after the last game of the season, said I'm in there, because he's got at least 4 months of rehab, if not 6, before he can even do lightweight. So we were playing hurt.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, and I think Andy's right. Yeah, Andy Hill there. Bradley will want to add his own pieces to defense, and I think
if we get Ingram,
there is one rumor possibly that we're going to address, which I'm all in favour of, and I'll tell you for why. But
go on, then. Tell us for
why.
Mitch has got something to say.
Oh, just Ingram.
Oh, right, okay.
Get him. Just go and get him. Go and get him. That is one of our biggest problems, getting to the quarterback. Put Ingram in there. If nothing else, Max and Farrell are going to learn a hell of a lot from him, because he's a great player.
Yeah.
And if it's not a running down, it's a passing down, it's all well and good that Farrell's balling out in the run game, but this is why we're probably giving up 3rd and 15s every time we're on 3rd and 15, because our right end in Farrell is terrible in pass coverage and he's a run stopper. So he's out there, and it's just like, well, you might as well be fielding 10 men because he's not helping.
Yeah.
So on that 3rd and 13, bring Farrell out, Ingram, Crosby, eat.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see the correlation between pressure on the quarterback and what our coverage was doing, because the two go hand in hand. If you've got shit coverage, you're never going to get to the passer.
Yeah.
And vice versa. If you've got shit pass rush,
which brings us nicely onto our next rumor of coverage.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously the rumor doing the rounds is the what is it? Potential. I don't know if it's potential of Richard Sherman and the tampering case that's being brought against. Ollie's not a fan.
Ollie's eyes then look like a fruit machine itself in Vegas.
I'm all for it. Yeah, I know Sherman's a circus and whatever, but
do you know what? I hate Richard Sherman with a passion.
I'm not a fan.
Look, good player.
The reason I hate him is why I want him on our team, because he would fit that Raider image so well. Because him and Abram would be a nightmare.
Yeah,
they would.
Yeah,
I want to see even 1 year deal just to see if it helps. See if
he won't sign a 1 year deal. He won't sign a 1 year deal. He's his own agent. He's going to be greedy as fuck. He's a mouthy shithead. He loves the circus. We need no fucking circus around our team.
But
Richard Sherman can ball. No questions. Can ball. However, I believe if we sign a player like Richard Sherman, he will be that signing will be the same signing as when Josh Norman signed with Washington, the became Bills. Irrelevant. It will be the end of him.
I don't think he'll become irrelevant. See, the way I see it is we signed Sherman and he slides back to safety, much the same as what Seaward did, because He was in Bradley's defense in Seattle. He's had success in that defense. And if he slides back to safety, he'll be able to see everything in front of him. And he could spend that year, 2 year, whatever that is, making sure our guys are absolutely up to speed with what Bradley expects on the defense and how to run the defense.
Can't deal with him, man.
I know he said he won't
I
sign
don't
a
want to
one-year.
like him.
Don't get me wrong. I agree. I think he is mouthy, and I think he could potentially be an issue. But I also think that he could be.
That's the character of our team, though.
Yeah. Well,
would chat shit get banged?
That's what we
like. It's not a character of our team. We're all mouth, no trousers. Like,
no, I prefer the last one. Chat shit, get banged, bam. Innit, bro?
Chat shit, get banged. It's a no from me. Look, Sherman can
home with the Downies. Yeah.
look, it's a no from me because I just can't deal with
Deborah Maiden up there. I'd love to see him.
He's just too much of a creative circus, and I'm afraid he can ball. It's the same situation. Like Sean Watson, he can ball. Do I want him? No.
That's because he's no upgrade. Sherman's a massive upgrade to Keyshawn Nixon.
Don't get me a different upgrade.
Nevin Lawson.
I'm not upgrading.
LaMarcus Joyner in slot.
Do you really want to teach? No. Let's be serious here.
Yeah.
You just spent a load of draft capital, and we're going to spend a load more draft capital on fuckwits like Arnett, chat shits, gets banged. Plenty of other youthful defensive players. Is the guy that you want them to learn from Richard Sherman?
No. This is where I don't want him to be the kingpin of the defense. Like, it's like a 1 year. I know that we say he won't sign a 1 year as well. Like, so let's ignore that. This is just fictitious and hypothetical. He signs a 1 year deal. If he balls out, then I think we just need that year of just having a good or okay defense for us to just be like, right, it's there. And if he does that, it's proof that we can do it. And do you keep him? Do you not? But whatever. And he just doesn't care. But if Sherman comes in and plays terrible and sucks, and we still suck, it's like, well, it's clearly not a player. It's a player thing. It's from higher up. Stevie's got it. We're a big gun talk from a water pistol.
I just look. We've got young, impressionable, youthful players on our defensive team. Do we want their minds polluted with that fuckwit chatting all his shit? No. As good a player as he is, and what he's achieved. No.
I just want a corner that works and a defensive inside.
So do I. Don't get me wrong. So do I.
And now there's one there.
No.
And now there's one there. And I want him. He's shiny and new, and it's fun.
Oh, shiny penny.
Yeah, that's it. Like, it's like opening that Pulp Fiction briefcase. It's exactly what we need. He's what we need, and he's got that Raider attitude, man.
Not exactly what we need. We need that talent without that mouth. Anyways,
look, here it is. Right, we're going to sign Richard Sherman.
No, we're not.
No, whether you like it or not, we're going to sign Richard Sherman. Right,
$85 million a year,
and it will be my mission next year during these shows to get Ollie to write a PowerPoint presentation going, Richard Sherman's my safety.
My CB, my FS.
Oh, stop!
It's gonna happen.
No, if Richard Sherman signs, and if he leads us in interceptions and gets over 5 on the year and a touchdown, Ollie has to buy a Richard Sherman jersey. Ooh. That is so hypothetical because he's not even signed yet. But I want that because I think if he comes in, he's just going to ball out. And then people are going to avoid him and target Mullen. And then Mullen's going to ball out. And then Abram's going to be like, oh my God, everywhere's covered. I'm free. I can go and smash people in the mouth. And it'll be amazing. And then Max will be like, oh my God, Abram's helping me out. I'm not being double teamed. I'm going to eat.
And that's because we brought Abram down into the box because we don't need him playing safety anymore. He's now a linebacker.
Which is what we said in the season, wasn't it?
You work so well in the box. Why don't you play fullback? And we're going to run our wishbone offense. Yep. Okay. Sign.
See?
I tell you what. If we get Sherman and we end up with a restraining offence, I will buy a Richard Sherman jersey and I'll wear it on every single show next year for the year after and the year after that. Ain't gonna fucking happen.
Is the other thing with Richard Sherman is ball hawk, which means that Abram, if we do move Sherman back to safety, Abram can be a little bit more free, like he likes to be.
And like we said, that's what we want. We want Abram on 2nd and 3. We want him on them downs where they could potentially run. And you send him, because if you send him in their run, he's there. And if you send him in their pass, he's also there. But what you don't want is, this goes back to it. 3rd and 15. How many did we give up last year? Fockton. Why? Farrell's on the right, not a run stopper. Pass end is a run stopper. Abram at the top, not pass coverage. He'd love stuffing the run and coming down for the tackle. This is why our run defense is top 10 and has been very good for a few years. But
have we got any more rumours? Because I'm just conscious we're an hour now, guys. We said we were going to do this show in about half hour.
We didn't really say that every show, about half hour.
We didn't really brush on the Trent Brown stuff, but it was saw that he wiped all Raider stuff off of his Twitter handle. So
good riddance.
Hasta luego, Trent Brown.
We didn't want you having quality on your Twitter anyway, so fuck off out of it. I'm not going to waste any more breath on that, dude. Should do something new.
Something new. Whatever do you mean?
Mitch is going to sit down there going, "Ooh, what?" Should we call a spoiler alert and talk about the 30 for 30? Spend a couple minutes.
Ooh. Well, I mean, who's seen 30 for 30?
Show of hands. I've not seen 30 for 30.
There's 3.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So for those that haven't, ESPN will have a lovely series called 30 for 30. And the episode that aired this week was Al Davis versus the NFL. My 2-minute take on it. What a wonderful and refreshing moment to have a focus from a significant media outlet on the Raiders. Lovely focus. It's quite often like I think that we have one of the best histories across the NFL, and I think it is. We've had some really good situations to talk about, like some shit ones, but I mean they're good talking points. One day there will be a fucking the Tuck rule 30 for 30 probably. But they featured. The clue was in the name, Al Davis versus the NFL. And, make no bones of it, it was pretty good. But my take on it is I think they fucked up. I don't think that they, spoiler alert, I don't believe that they started early enough. They just said, there was the merger and there was some beef between Al and Roselle. I'm like, I don't think that you truly gave that service of how much shit and how manipulative and snaky Roselle was during that merger time. And everything he got from Al, he fucking deserved. Because Roselle was a shithead. And he made sure that when he left, he made sure that the next commissioner knew, keep on fucking the Raiders. And we are still feeling that today. Yeah. We have jumped to every beat for the last couple of years that the NFL has asked us to. No complaints. Like they've traveled to London.
Mexico.
We have done whatever they have asked us to do. And we are still shit on year after year. And they wonder why we're pissed off. But, without turning too tinfoily hat, look, ESPN, you did a lovely job. Barring the deep fake, that was bad. Really, really bad. Don't do that again. Bad. Just get good footage, and that's fine. Deep fakes, not your market. Leave it for another time. 5 stars for trying, though. But yeah, I think because they didn't start early enough, they didn't didn't give it truth. But I know why they've done that, because it's ESPN. They've always been a little bit touchy-feely around the NFL because they don't want to piss them off too hard. But
I said this to Tony
don't
before
pick a topic that's going to piss the NFL off.
I said this to Tony before we started. The only thing that you got to remember is that at the end of the day, regardless of who makes it, ESPN or the Mom's Cat, this is an NFL licensed production. They can't make this production without tick off from the NFL. So even if they did try to create a documentary that blew the doors off it and told the truth, it wouldn't have ever got out because the NFL would have stopped it. So that's the only
that might be a good thing, because the deep fake was that bad. So, but I mean, they could have done it maybe so that, okay, granted they're not smashing the NFL, but give a bit more context. It was a bit too, I'm not going to say one-sided, but it was too even.
To quote Josh Jacobs, a bit wishy-washy.
Yeah, it was like, nah, you didn't really show how hard you fucked and left. You fucked Al Davis over and you left him out of the loop, and intentionally, and you made arrangements around his back, and that's not okay. And that, of course, is going to lead to a person like Al losing his shit and keeping a grudge.
Yeah.
And you deserved every piece of shit that he gave you, every piece of shit. And you will never, Roselle, you will never, ever be liked by the Raiders. Ever. And in fact, that is why so many fans actually have an umbrage with the NFL.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's my take. It was all right. It was nice to see the Raiders out in mainstream media, but yeah.
That's pretty much what I got out of it, if I'm honest. I think it was a good piece of film, but didn't go anywhere. It didn't go far enough to tell the story. And like you said, the deep fake was, Colin McDonald's got it.
It was as deep as a paddling pool.
A deep fake made him look like that. It's pretty much. I didn't think the Roselle one was too bad. The Al Davis one was terrible.
Yeah.
But in terms of the tinfoil hattiness and relocation and stuff, we'll just have to stick that in the drawer for a later episode, because I've got a little something tinfoil hat and relocation wise.
A little something.
A little
well, if I was to talk about Irwindale, would that spoil your fun?
No.
Okay, so I thought that was quite funny. Is now you cannot get a piece of Irwindale Raider merchandise anywhere. Like before, it was Tat that was on eBay and stuff, but now it's all skyrocketed and it's gone. Everyone is going crazy, and I think like all the companies like Spreadshirt and Redbubble are all printing Irwindale Raider t-shirts and stuff, and it's like, yeah. So, anyways, thanks ESPN. Good work. Nice to see it out there. At least the subject matter is out there. If people want to ask a Raider fan, we're more than welcome to tell them why the NFL can go suck a bag of dicks. Yeah, cool. Go watch it though. It's worth a watch. Definitely worth a watch. I don't want to talk you out of it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely worth a watch.
Right. But that is good content. Like 30 for 30 is a great series, been going on for years. It is a good content. It is good content. But as some of you may know, or may not know if you've not been here before, you have actually stumbled across the home of what is, without a doubt, unequivocally, unquestionably, the finest segment in podcasting, in vlog casting. There are many organizations that try to be as high caliber and as informative as us. But I don't want to take any glory here. This was the segment and moment of one man's doing. This is this is Tony's totally irrelevant news.
Mitch was doing his best Kanye West impression there, going, "I'm gonna let you finish."
And I did.
What was it? Before I crack on with TTI.
No, go on. Just go ahead. It's fun.
I don't know. This will be the third time that you've interrupted me on my job tonight. So you go ahead.
I've muted him. Don't worry, Tony. You're safe. Just crack on.
Anyway, right. Welcome everyone to TTIN. Is this the first 2021 TTIN? I can't remember.
No,
It is. Oh, it's not. Sorry.
it's not.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Okay, not the first TTIN of 2021. There you go. Right, kicking off tonight with LAPD, who had an envelope arrive at West Valley Station with a $100 donation and a pair of handcuffs and a letter of apology. And this could basically come from 74-year-old man from Vista, California. Nothing on the mad scores, I'm afraid, Ivan. And 60 years ago, he was, and I quote, at the Bob's Big Boy and Sherman Way, when an altercation broke out between an LAPD juvenile officer and a young ruffian, during which the handcuffs broke loose from the officer and fell at this man's feet. And he picked them up and took them home. And he had them for 60 years until his grandkids were playing with plastic handcuffs. And he pulled these real handcuffs out and told them the story, and then realised the error of his ways. So he basically turned it into a life lesson for his grandkids. It's never too late to do the right thing. So I sent them back to LAPD.
I love that story. I absolutely love that story. Anyone would think it wasn't true, but that's amazing.
If you love that story, your mind's going to be blown by this, because we're off to Bulgaria.
Oh, get your hats on. That
I never knew Sly was Bulgarian.
Your eyes do not deceive you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Bulgarian counterfeit gang, who has been bust for creating counterfeit passports.
Being run by Sly.
Well, no, this is to demonstrate the quality of their product. They actually used this as a sample passport, which has got Sylvester Stallone. And on the basis of this, and actually the name is Sylvester Stallone as well. So on the basis of this, the gang were caught, and the ring was bust, as it were. So yeah, moral of the story: if you're going to fake IDs, don't use famous actors.
Sly will come and slap him, surely.
You'd have thought so. So yeah, that's the second one. And Ollie pleaded with me earlier. Said TTIN has to have three segments on it. I've got to have three stories. So I searched, and I couldn't find anything more relevant to bring up on this show than this. Which tonight there's going to be a game between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and there is literally nothing more relevant I can think of at the moment. So that is me for this week. Thank you very much.
Lovely, Tony. Lovely. I think we actually have done a pretty good job of not talking about that last segment that you've mentioned.
Relevant.
Yeah, it's irrelevant.
I'll drop my mouse. The thing I was going to say before was I was going to drop in, the word of the show and say that it is indubitably the best segment. I just wanted to get the word in. It's a great word.
Good word. It is a good word.
It's fun to say and to spell, which is all the key components of a good word.
It's left an indelible mark on podcasting.
Oh, yes! Go on, Ollie. Finish this off.
It's good.
Great.
Look, I do think that we should take 2 minutes. 2 minutes to talk about, like a minute per team. To talk about, there is a game going on tonight. There is the massive Turd Bowl that's going on in Florida, where you've got Tom Brady and his Tampa Bay Patriots playing against the Kansas Shitty Chiefs. And I'm not staying up to watch it. I give no shits about it. I'll be honest. When my mate asked me what I was doing tonight, am I watching the game? I said no. And he said, that's a bit harsh. And I said, nope, I'll be watching the Weather Channel, praying for a meteor. It's the worst season for being a rigged season. Tinfoil hat firmly on, take it off. And this is exactly what the NFL wanted, and they've got it. So have fun with it. I give no shits.
Yeah, absolutely. This absolutely stinks of just being rigged from start to finish. The story that is Tom Brady in his twilight years, Pat Mahomes, the upcoming darling of the NFL. I'm putting my tinfoil hat on, and it's staying firmly on. I think there was only ever going to be two teams in this, and it's all about the passing of the baton between Tom Brady and Pat Mahomes.
And it wouldn't literally say it feels exactly the same as I'm going to reference it again. Again, I've never referenced it once. When change of sport, not even sport, when John Cena and The Rock had their great bout at WrestleMania, and it was just blindingly obvious that whole thing was to set up the changing of eras and passing of batons, and that's what it is at the minute. I'm not going to pick a side, and I'm not going to pick anyone. Make of my words what you will. I do not and cannot bear the thought of the Kansas City chefs cooking up a third victory in the Super Bowl to tie what we've got, and also to see that Kermit Frog get a second ring. I can't run it back.
I believe the term is that they're saying is run it back, and I'll be honest, that is exactly the reasons why. And I apparently, according to people of the Twitter sphere, I'm not a real Raider fan for having this opinion, but that is exactly the reason why I would like to see, out of the two shit teams that are out there, see the Bucks lift it.
Yeah,
because I can't bear those fucking Chiefs fans.
We've got a forgotten man here as well, though. If the Bucks win, that clown gets another Super Bowl ring.
He can't be. There's nothing to do with him.
I don't care. I don't care. I'd actually like to see, if I'm honest, I'd like to see Bruce Arians with a ring.
They've gone hard.
I don't want to see the Bucks win. I don't want to see the Patriots win, but I want to see Bruce Arians get a ring.
I've never seen at the minute a more. This is why I was so like nonchalant about that game when we played the Bucks. I've not seen a more together team than that team at the minute. They've just got such a stout offense that's just efficient and does what it needs to do, and nothing, no frills, no glam, nothing. Their defense is one of the most put together, organized defense in the league. Everyone laughed at the start of the year when everyone said, "Oh, they're throwing the sink at the Super Bowl," and they're not even anywhere near it, and it's worked. Fournette's playing the best he's played. TB12 has proved that he's literally one of the best people to ever play the game. They split his career on the ATN podcast. I'm going to shout out later. They split his career in thirds, and each of those thirds would have easily got into a Hall of Fame because there are people in the Hall who don't have them stats as quarterback. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. And
let's be honest, we dislike, as Raider Nation, Tom Brady for so many reasons. Because he's a cock, because he's a smarmy little shit, because he's a winner that we've not been, and his dynasty, his period of time in the sunshine was set up off the back of us. Had the tuck rule game happened against Kansas City, would we hate him as much?
No. And
so, how much of did we have control over that situation? None. It was the refs.
Yeah.
So look, I'm not saying Raider Nation forgive Tom Brady because I don't like the guy. I don't like him. He's a smug shit. He needs a good punching in the face, take him around the back of the back shed, give him the business. I had to get the reference in. Look, I don't like his
avocado ice cream.
Whatever. Actually, really done much over his career,
apart from win.
Apart from win. Like, he's beaten us when we were shit. You can't say that all the time that he's been in the league, we've been legit.
That came out. Sorry, go on, Tony.
As much as I hate to say it, I think you'll probably see the Chiefs win tonight. Do you know what? No, because I'll give you the story. Right, the Chiefs are going to win.
Settle in.
Yeah, settle in.
Right. Settle in now. Up to the hockey.
No, do you know what? It just fits
before you need.
It fits the story that the NFL are going down this whole sports entertainment thing. The Chiefs win. Brady goes, oh, "It's all right. I can."
Hot takes coming in. It's only coming in with the hot takes.
Yeah, absolutely. Right?
I was gonna say, let's go hot takes.
Okay, fair enough. Chiefs win. Brady can retire. I know he's got a 2-year deal, but can retire, having gone to a Super Bowl without Bill Belichick. So he can ride off into the sunset with his head held high, going, "My GOAT status is intact because I've done it without Bill Belichick behind me. I've passed the baton on to Pat Mahomes." There you go. It's just a story that you can see the NFL weaving.
Yeah,
and I hope I'm wrong, but
for that reason, my hot take is that there will be a decision made in this game that will be the focal talking point. That decision will go to the Chiefs, and it will be to the level of the Minneapolis Miracle decision of the.
You're not going to say like it's going to be the index card type of story.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. That sort of decision that's made that is going to take 4 to 5 minutes of on-screen time to decide. Yeah. It's going to go the Chiefs' way. It's going to be controversial.
Yeah. There's nothing to split both teams apart from this one controversial decision, which
fourth
gives
quarter,
it to the Chiefs.
6 minutes on the clock, one score
game.
Yeah,
as much as I want to say you're both right, but I don't think so. I do think that the Chiefs are going to win, but I don't think that Patty Mahomes is going to finish the game. That's my dark take.
I thought about this earlier, which I didn't quite get in. Someone put out, this was back on the Watson subject. No one being worried about us not getting Watson or even Watson going to Denver, because at the end of the day, quarterbacks we've beaten this year, Patrick Mahomes is one of them, and he's arguably one of the best in the league. But then that argument came out after that. And that argument that came out after that was people saying Patrick Mahomes went out this season and Chad Henne came in and Chad Henne won the game. Is Patrick Mahomes good, or is he just a product of his receivers who are elite? Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, Sammy Watkins, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
I'm going to have to stop it. We're not critiquing those wankers. We can't. We've got too many Raiders here. We're going to get crucified.
Something works over there. We know it does, otherwise they wouldn't be in their second Super Bowl. And I liked this, that when Patrick Mahomes goes out, they don't miss a beat. They look the same. Apart from Patrick Mahomes' mobility, which is just down to Chad Henne is not a mobile person. This goes back, this is a narrative that the NFL want again. Is Patrick Mahomes the same if he goes to the team? Is he the same without Andy Reid? Is he the same without all of his weapons? And that goes what Tony said, the narrative, but it also is a very good thinking point. If Mahomes goes out, they're still going to click. They have done.
I don't think so.
I really hope we're all wrong, but the more I think about it, the more it just makes sense.
The storyline, this has been a scripted season that has been absolutely, let's not forget, I will say it, if you don't know, go and look up whatever the American version of Company House is, what the NFL is listed as.
It's called the White House
category. It's an entertainment. It's not sports. Entertainment. Does that not say you enough about where we are? So as soon as Mark Davis can move the team to the XFL, I'll be happy. Get the fuck out of the NFL. It's a rotting, sinking ship.
As we've got our tinfoil hats firmly on now,
I thought we were wrapping up.
Do you know what? I might as well just bring it up whilst we're on the subject of tinfoil hats and our Mark Davis relocating the team. What better? Fuck you. What better final? Yes, I think I did.
Just a reminder on a Sunday night to make sure I put the bins out at 9 p.m.
What better final fuck you to the Raiders than to say, yeah, absolutely, we will overwhelmingly approve your move to the one city in America where if you have a winning season, you go to the Super Bowl and you win the Super Bowl, everyone is going to point fingers and go, well, bookies, betting, the whole Vegas line thing. What better thing to do than put the Raiders in a city where it was near on impossible for them to win without having the finger pointed?
We could deal with it. We've got the finger
pointed. We could deal with it. I don't care as long as we hoist another Lombardi. But yeah, you're right.
4-4-4, Al Davis way.
You can't. It's a publicity storm that the NFL won't want. So
Yeah.
you just stop them from winning. Full stop.
Yeah, like this season, whoever lifts that Lombardi tomorrow morning,
It's going to be an asterisk.
we'll have an asterisk at the end of it.
Yeah.
They will have an asterisk next to that. That's the COVID Bowl. If it ever gets lifted in Vegas, there'll be an asterisk because it got lifted in Vegas.
Yeah.
And you're right. You're absolutely bang on. I don't think you need a tinfoil hat there. It's fact. That is what will happen. They say, "Oh, money talks."
Yeah.
Well, and just to roll back a couple comments, talking about the tuck rule is Colin makes a point there is the tuck rule was Al versus the NFL. That's exactly what that was.
Yeah.
That was. But what I'm saying is you can't hate TB12 because a rule went his way.
Yeah.
You can hate him for many other reasons. He's got plenty.
Yeah.
Just he's a total cop. Yeah. But that is just one that I will give him a pass for because he's never going to get around and go, "Oh no, sorry guys, it was a fumble." He's never going to do it. You're never going to see him do it. So, apart from DC, he's too fucking honest. But other than that, I think we rambled on like we were going to go for half an hour. We've done an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's gone hot wing time, and I need to take the bins out according to Google.
You do.
So
you do.
The mic's back on.
Yes.
All right, guys. Well, you know what? It's been good fun. It's been good to chat with you guys. I think we shouldn't leave it so long. I think it's probably worth us doing a proper season wrap up.
Yeah.
And then we need to get a proper tinfoil hat. And then we'll be talking NFL again because we're going to have the draft. We need draft ideas for a show or virtual tailgate if people are staying up for the draft. Something along the lines of. Yeah.
Something we can all have fun with doing.
Yeah, sounds good. Virtual tailgate for the draft.
And then the Sunday is even better because it's all day. We can just get day drunk. Then we're going to stay up till 1 o'clock in the morning.
A bit of day drinking.
The best kind of day drinking. The best kind of day drinking. The best kind of drinking is day drinking. That's the one.
It has been awesome to be nattering, chewing the cud with you guys.
Chatting shit. Get banged.
Shit, not getting banged.
Fam.
It's good. So other than that, if you want to get in touch, if you got any show ideas, if you want to see something, you want us to chat shit, if you want to come on the show, talk. We'd be more than happy. This is not just about the three of us. We'd love to get you guys on. Whatever it is, if you want to just come on and talk football with us, or if you've got a specific topic, let us know. Pull you in. We'll have a natter. Tony, any closing words?
I'm going to enjoy a good night's sleep tonight.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Without staying up to watch that. So, no, it's great to be back. It's great to be back. It's great to be chatting to you two chaps again, and great to be having fun with the chat, although the chat kind of went off a cliff a little bit when we started talking tinfoil. But no, thanks for stopping by in this impromptu one, and hopefully next one. I would say go Raiders, but they're not going anywhere at the moment. So
apart from home,
I don't know. Irrelevant news. I'm looking forward to next weekend's new McLaren 2021 livery reveal.
Beautiful.
Cool. All right, guys. It's been a blast. We shall catch you soon. It won't be too long. Go Raiders.
Shoolalulu.
Shoolalulu. We forgot about the Shoolalulus. Shout out to Smooth.
Yeah.